The story is a heartbreaking tale of a young life cut short by violence, highlighting the grim realities of crime and the challenges faced by law enforcement in solving such cases. Our main character today is Khalil Willow Weaver, and his case is a chilling example of how digital technology can both connect and betray, ultimately leading to the unraveling of a disturbing series of crimes. In 2016, Khalil, a seemingly unassuming 20-year-old security guard from New Jersey, embarked on a spree of violence against young women. Using dating apps and social media, he lured his victims under the guise of companionship, only to betray their trust in the most horrific ways imaginable. Among Willow Weaver's victims was Robin West, an 18-year-old girl from Union, New Jersey. Robin disappeared on September 1, 2016, after being last seen with Willow Weaver. Her remains were later discovered in a burnt-out house in Orange, New Jersey. She had been raped, strangled, and set on fire. Later, her mother wondered during the Willow Weaver's trial, was she alive? Did she fight? What were her last words? And though the girl's body was found on September 1st, it took more than 2 weeks for authorities to identify her charred remains, which weighed less than 60 pounds, through dental records. In the meantime, another woman had gone missing. Several weeks later, contractors found the decomposing body of Joanne Brown in a vacant house in Orange, with tape over her eyes and mouth and a jacket tied round her neck like a ligature. She was last seen alive on October 22, getting into a car with our main character, Willow Weaver. Between the disappearance of Joanne Brown and the discovery of her body, Willow Weaver selected another target. Tiffany Taylor was several months pregnant, unhoused, and in need of cash. She met up with Willow Weaver, she said, after he offered her money for sex via the tagged social media app. According to her testimony, the two of them drove around for some time before Taylor was struck in the back of her head. When she woke up, she was handcuffed, and Willow Weaver was raping her. She was eventually able to convince her attacker to drive her back to her hotel room on the pretext that she had left her cell phone inside, which contained evidence of their communication. Once she was inside the room, however, Taylor locked Willow Weaver out and called the police. Though she had managed to pull one hand out of the handcuffs, Taylor still had them hanging from her wrists when the police arrived. In spite of this, they did not believe her story. They thought I was lying, she later said, claiming that the police seemed more interested in pinning a prostitution charge on her. She was the only one of Willow Weaver's victims who survived to tell the tale, and in spite of her claims against him, he remained free to prey on his last victim. Soon after, Willow Weaver contacted Sarah Butler. A college student, Butler was home for Thanksgiving when the man convinced her to meet. She had been missing for 5 days when her family and friends hacked into her tagged account, where she wrote, "You're not a serial killer, right?" Those were the words that 20-year-old Sarah Butler messaged to Khalil Willow Weaver shortly before meeting him on November 22, 2016. Unfortunately for her, authorities now believe that's exactly what he was, a killer. Butler went missing that night after borrowing her mother's van to just see a friend. When authorities later searched through records on the social media network tagged, they found that Willow Weaver had previously offered her $500 for sex. While authorities believe that Butler was Willow Weaver's last victim, they don't think she was his first. One of the most intriguing aspects of Willow Weaver's case was the meticulous digital trail he left behind. Cell phone records and social media interactions placed him at the scenes of the crimes, linking him not only to Robin West, but to other victims as well. This digital footprint, while initially enabling his predatory behavior, ultimately served as damning evidence against him. As investigators delved deeper into Willow Weaver's background, a disturbing pattern emerged. He had targeted multiple young women, often vulnerable and trusting, using his position as a security guard and his knowledge of surveillance tactics to stalk and isolate his victims. One of the most compelling moments in Willow Weaver's trial was the testimony of a survivor, a young woman who narrowly escaped his clutches. She provided crucial details about his modus operandi, recounting how he had attempted to strangle her and dispose of her body in a similar manner to his other victims. Her bravery in coming forward helped to solidify the case against him. In December 2019, Khalil Willow Weaver was found guilty on multiple charges, including 3 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, and various counts of kidnapping, aggravated arson, and desecration of human remains. The prosecution painted a chilling portrait of a calculated predator who methodically planned his crimes, using his knowledge of law enforcement procedures to evade capture. Willow Weaver was sentenced to 160 years in prison, ensuring that he would spend the rest of his life behind bars. The sentencing provided some closure to the families of his victims, although the scars left by his crimes would undoubtedly endure. The case of Khalil Willow Weaver underscores the dangers posed by individuals who exploit digital platforms to prey on unsuspecting victims. It also highlights the critical role of digital forensics and investigative diligence in solving complex criminal cases. Willow Weaver's crimes serve as a stark reminder of the need for vigilance and awareness in an increasingly interconnected world, where trust can be easily manipulated and lives can be irrevocably altered. Khalil's story is a haunting reminder of the darkest corners of human nature and the resilience of those who seek justice in the face of unspeakable tragedy. And though nowadays this man is behind bars, the authorities have been widely criticized for their handling of the case, with many pointing out that at least one woman would still be alive if police had taken the initial charges more seriously. Thanks you for watching. I recommend you to watch other videos, subscribe to my channel, and see you later.